She said, wasn't that a wonderful story? So I said, well, yeah, I think it was pretty good. I said, but you know, personally, I would have thought it was a better story if she had stopped at the point where she lost her job. That's when I really would have liked it. You know, when she heard the whisper. If she had stopped right there and turned it around, that's when I really would have liked the story. I was watching Oprah Friday night, and she brought back all these couples that had been on her program she brought back a number of couples who had been on her program over the years, and there was this woman on who had married this doctor who was a millionaire. And for the very short period that they were married, they were like living the opulent life. You know, they had the yacht, they had the home, they just did everything in an opulent way. Her birthday party, her 30th birthday party, he invited 30 of their friends, all expenses paid, to I think it was Greece, to spend her birthday on their yacht. And so the first morning that she woke up on the yacht, he wasn't there. And she said something in her knew he wasn't coming back. And so he left. He left. He was gone for like 5 or 6 years. But in leaving, he left her in debt to the tune of about $6 million. So she had to file bankruptcy in order to start her life over again. So Oprah asked her the question. She said, before that happened, she said, was there like a moment of time where something told you that maybe something wasn't right? Where you heard the whisper? And she said, yeah. She said, we were out swimming one day. She said, and we were swimming to shore, and it was a long swim. She said, and I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. And I called out to him to tell him I didn't think I was going to be able to make it. And he looked at me and just kept going. So Oprah said, that was the whisper. That was the whisper. But what if we were willing to hear the whisper? See, because life is going to always tell us what we need in the moment that we need it. You can trust that. I guarantee you, you will never be blindsided by life. It will always tell you what you need to know in the instant that you need to know it. So what if we were willing to listen to the whisper? So I want to ask you a question this morning, and it's a very sobering question. And as you hear what I'm saying, if it touches you, I want you to stand up. You don't have to say anything, but if it touches you, because sometimes when you're up here, you're not really sure you're getting through. So here's the question. Does drama make the story better? Does pain make the story better? I mean, if we write the story, if we direct the story, if we're in charge of the story, and we get to write in whatever it is that we choose to write in, does drama make it a better story? Does pain make it a better story? Does suffering make it a better story? See, I have to keep going because I don't see anybody standing up right now, okay? Okay. Okay, so if it doesn't make it a better story, then what if we wrote it out? What if we wrote it out of the story, where we no longer have to write that in, where that no longer has to be a requirement of the story? See, because we made the requirements too, didn't we? All right, so if we made the requirement, then what if we wrote out the drama? What if we just wrote that out? What if we wrote out the suffering? What if we wrote out the pain? What if we wrote out the hurt? What if we wrote out that whole concept of not knowing what's going to happen next if we're writing the story? What if we just wrote it out? What if we said, I haven't got time for the pain. I don't have time for the drama. See, I don't have time for the suffering and the hurt and the rejection. I don't have time for that. See, we get to do that because it's our story. It's our story. Thank you. You can all sit down now. You did good. You did really good. Okay, so here's the thing. Here's the point that I want to make this morning. This is very much in alignment with the whole story of Jezebel, the whole story of us, in terms of recognizing that we don't have to go through hurting people, we don't have to go through power trips, we don't have to go through any of those things in order to have what we want, because we recognize that everything has already been given to us. We don't have to go through the pain, the drama, the suffering. We don't have to go through any of that in order to have the good that we're ready to have in our life, because we can write it out. So how are you living? How are you living? Today is the Independence Day weekend. And I love the words of our founding father. I come back to this our founding fathers, there's more. Thank you. Thank you. I come back to this every year because it is so powerful when you can hear it from a different space, not necessarily from the view of the country, but from the view of each and every one of us. They said, all experience has shown that mankind are more disposed to suffer while evils are sufferable than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. So what are they saying? They're saying that we're inclined to suffer through an experience rather than change it. We are inclined to suffer through it. This is the Declaration of Independence. Then they said, but when a long train of abuses and usurpations, which is withholdings, pursuing invariably the same object, evinces a design to reduce them under despotism, it is our right. It is our duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Such has been the patient sufferance of these colonies, and such is now the necessity which constrains them to alter their former system of government. Declaration of Independence. Now, from a metaphysical standpoint, what governs us is our belief. That's our system of government. So when the system that governs you appears to deny you the experiences that you believe you have a right to, it's time to change the system. That's what they're telling us. It's time to raise your bottom line. It's time to raise that upper limit that we alone have set. Yeah, I know. You know, oh my God. Talk about being right on time. I could not have said that better. Thank you, Malachi. So this morning, I just want to end by reminding us that each and every one of us is living free. Right this very moment, we're living free. How does it feel? Is it time to expand it a little bit? Is it time to raise that bottom line a little bit? Is it time to let something new and wonderful come through you? Then let it be your way. Thank you all for being here this morning, and happy Independence Day. Okay, thank you. Thank you.